have before if you want to be reckoned. And you friends down there, don't worry, you'll have your chance. Alright? Selanjutnya wanita mengapit lelaki ya. Tetapi kali ini tidak membawa pendekatan baru. Lelaki mengapit wanita.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah wa syukurillah wala hawla wala quwata illa billah. Allahumma sholli wa sallim wa barik ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Raditu billahi rabba wa bil islami dina wa bil muhammadin nabiyya wa rasulah. Rabbi zidni ilma warzuqni fahma. Amin. Yang amat berbahagia Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail yang kami hormati, yang kami muliakan, yang luar biasa pidatonya tadi, sangat inspiring. The wife of the Right Honorable Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, yang saya hormati Tan Sri Datuk Sri Diraja Adnan Yaakob, kami hormati Tan Sri Datuk Sri Abdul Aziz Abdurrahman, yang saya hormati the President of IIUM Alumni, Mr. Khalik Anwar. Congratulations for organizing a very successful event. And all esteemed speakers, alumni from all over the world are coming here today from Thailand, Saudi Arabia, Bangladesh, and many other countries, and dear participants. I stand here today humbled by the weight of this moment, profoundly moved by the significance of our gathering. Kuala Lumpur, this vibrant heart of Malaysia, finds itself today at the epicenter of a dialogue, one that's deeply intertwined with our shared heritage, our aspirations, and our unwavering commitment to excellence. The International Islamic University Association, in our view, as we observe the history of its presence, it is not merely a collective of accomplished individuals. It's much beyond that. It's much more profound than that. It is a testament, a living embodiment of dedication to knowledge, dedication to wisdom, and to the values that make Islamic world a beacon for so many. The alumni, you all, have been uplifting an entire community, an entire ummah, beaconing us to a brighter horizon. Your accomplishments, may it be personal, ripple outward, touching life, inspiring young minds, planting the seeds for a more enlightened world. And in today's rapidly evolving landscape, where knowledge is the currency of progress, organizations like the International Islamic University Alumni Associations play an indispensable role. You all bridge the past and the future, reminding us of our storied traditions while charting path for a future where the Islamic world doesn't just participate, but it will lead, and for that, I commend all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, when we gaze upon the vast tapestry of human history, there are a few regions that stand out prominently. As Southeast Asia, that it's embraced Islam and in insatiable pursuit of knowledge, it is not just a story of dates, figures, or events. It's a narrative of value, it's a narrative of passions, and it's a narrative of people's unyielding commitment to enlightenment. Many, many centuries ago, before the grand spires of renowned Western institutions touch the sky, the source of Southeast Asia's whispered tales of wisdom. From the intricate designs of Aceh's mosque to the soulful melodies of the Dikir Barat, there existed a confluence of culture and faith, a harmonious blend of local tradition with Islamic teachings. This land is the land where traders, scholars, Sufis once converged, forging connections, seeding the spirit of inquiry. And they didn't merely bring goods or commodity. They brought stories, they brought philosophies, they brought sciences, and the eternal lights of Islam. The resonance of their footsteps still echoes in our madrasas, in our pesantrens, and in our universities. So the reach of Islamic heritage here of Southeast Asia isn't just a relic of the past. It's a living, it's a breathing legacy, one that pulsates in our hearts, courses through our veins, and inshallah, save our visions. And it reminds us all that knowledge isn't just about power, it is a sacred trust, a divine gift that beckons us to seek, beckons us to question, to understand, and inshallah, to serve. So today, as leaders of the realm of academia, the torchbearers of these glorious traditions, all of you who are in this association, in the alumni of very prestigious institutions, you all are entrusted with that missions. Not to only remember and honor this heritage, but you have the duty to elevate it, to modernize it, and to ensure that its essence, its spirits of inquiry and enlightenment illuminates the path for generations yet unborn. Dear friends, distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen, as we stand on our shoulders of giants, it is essential for us to remember the harmonious epoch of our histories, a time where the world looked at the Islamic lens not just as a place of spiritual guidance, but as a beacon of knowledge, of innovations and explorations. And I speak, of course, about the golden age of Islamic scholarship during the Middle Ages. Allow me to go back into that history a little bit. Imagine at that time a world darkened by lack of understanding, where vast territories were uncharted, mysteries of the universe remain unresolved. Then, emerging like a radiant dawn, the Islamic world blossomed. It was an era where the city lights of Baghdad, Cordoba, Samarkand pierced the obsidian of curtain of night, both literally as well as metaphorically. Muslim scholars of this epoch were not content with simply accepting the knowledge handed down to them. They dared to question, they dared to explore, to venture into the realms of the unknown. In their hands, the realms of medicines transformed as they penned exhaustively encyclopedias detailing diseases, detailing treatments, and surgical techniques. So names like Ar-Razi, Ibn Sina, equivalent with medical excellence. Their work referred studies across continent, even until today. In the annals of mathematics, we all remember luminaries like Al-Khwarizmi, who gave the world algorithm, laying sort of the foundations of modern day computer science that we all were enjoying. When we gaze upon the sky of nights, it is impossible for all of us not to think of Al-Battani, of Al-Barghani, and a host of other astronomers who mapped the stars, pioneering studies that would later guide expansion. This was a time where the Baitul Hikmah, the House of Wisdom in Baghdad, wasn't just a grand library, but it was a melting pot of global intellects, and institutions where scholars, irrespective of their religious beliefs or ethnic backgrounds, came together in the spirit of knowledge and shared discovery. And then, looking at that period, we may ask, why to reflect upon this today in the occasions of anniversary of the alumni of IIM? It is not just to reveal of past glories, it's a reminder. It's a reminder that within our DNA lies the spirit of this trailblazer, the essence of their curiosity, their perseverance, their unwavering beliefs in the transformative power of knowledge. And so, as we check out our course to the future, let's carry with us the inspirations of this golden age. And let's remember that when we come together, driven by purpose, by passions, there is no challenge that is too great. There is no mystery that is so complex. We have led the world in thought and innovations in the past, and with the combined strength of our heritage and our modern vision, inshallah, we can, we will, and we will do it again in the future. And today, as we stand here in the heart of Kuala Lumpur, I'm reminded by the tapestry of our shared history, of the threads that bind our destinies. And for me personally, whenever I look at even the word of International Islamic University, it reminds me of my college years. I forgot to mention earlier. I was in Washington at that time, and Allah yarham, Professor Kamal Hassan was a visiting professor, and I was one of the regular visitors to come to his place to learn from the giants who were getting together in his place, just as a student, pick up their brains, borrowing their brains, and inspired by the conversations. So it is that interactions that always there. And now, as we are here attending these symposiums, it is very important for us to also look back of our interactions within Indonesia, Malaysia, and other Muslim communities here in Southeast Asia. And allow me to go on to the story of how Islam got into Southeast Asia. When the gentle winds carried Islam to the shores of Southeast Asia, including Indonesia, it wasn't just a faith that took roots. It was an entire civilization, an ethos, a way of life. And the da'wah, or the call to Islam, in our Emerald Archipelago, in this region, was not of conquest, but one of culture, of literature, of trade, and most importantly, which is often overlooked, is of educations. Our pesantrens, or Islamic boarding schools, have long stood as beacons of this educational legacy. Nestled amidst of the verdant landscape of Java, Sumatra, and beyond, these institutions have for centuries offered more than just religious teaching. They become centers of community, of character building, of fostering spirit of inquiry, ethics that for generations in Southeast Asia has carried with them. They may not officially declare as an international learning institutions. They may call themselves simply as pesantren, simply as pondok, but the essence is always